Hi, I'm Robert Langley. I'm 68 years old. For decades, I thought I had life figured out. I had a good job, a family, a routine. People told me I was responsible, dependable, and maybe I was. But there's one truth I didn't see until it was far too late, and it cost me something I can never get back. I'm talking about love. Real love. Not just the kind you feel in grand gestures or holidays or birthdays, but the kind that lives in the quiet, unnoticed moments. I only realized it after losing her, after seeing her leave this world without me ever truly seeing her. Her name was Margaret, my wife of 30 years. We met when I was 23. She had this way of smiling that made the world feel softer, like everything could be okay, and I, like a fool, assumed that time would always be on my side. I assumed I'd have decades to catch up on all the little things I ignored along the way. We married young, ambitious, excited, convinced we'd never grow apart. And for a while, it worked. We laughed together, dreamed together, but slowly, almost imperceptibly, life happened. Jobs, children, responsibilities. I thought being there was enough. I thought I was doing my part, and here's what I didn't know. Presence is not connection. Showing up is not intimacy. I was physically there, yes, but emotionally, I was checking boxes. I was measuring love in terms of effort I could see, not in terms of moments she needed. Margaret tried. She always tried. She suggested trips, activities, little things that mattered to her. Let's go hiking this weekend, she'd say. Do you want to take that pottery class with me? And I always had a reason why not. Too busy, too tired, not practical. Maybe next month, maybe next year, and those maybe next times became never. Every deferred moment became another missed opportunity to connect, to show her she was more than just someone I lived with. She adapted, she didn't nag. She didn't force me to change. She simply started doing things alone, smiling through her quiet disappointment. We became companions, not partners, co-inhabitants, not lovers. We shared meals, watched TV, exchanged pleasantries. We were polite, considerate, comfortable, but utterly alone, and I didn't even see it. Or maybe I saw it and told myself it was normal, that every marriage settled into routine. But comfort is not love. Comfort is indifference, dressed up in familiarity. And it wasn't until Margaret got sick, terminally sick, that I realized the full scale of what I had lost. 4 months of fighting cancer. 4 months of facing a deadline I could not negotiate with. 4 months of being confronted with my failures. She didn't yell. She didn't blame me. She just looked at me one evening, lying in a hospital bed, and said, "Robert, we spent so much time being right, we forgot how to be together." It was simple, quiet, devastating, and it crushed me because she was right. At first I argued with her in my mind. How could that be? We had a good marriage. I provided. I was faithful. I was reliable. And yes, I was those things. But I had forgotten the small moments that made those 30 years meaningful. I had mistaken doing the minimum for truly caring, and in doing so, I let the life we could have shared slip away. Margaret's voice still echoes in my mind. I wanted to feel wanted. I wanted you to care about the little things that mattered to me, not out of obligation, not because I asked, but because you wanted to share them with me. And I realized I had never done that. Not once. Not really. She wanted to explore, to laugh, to dream together. And I had put practicality, excuses, and my own indifference in the way. Trips never taken, classes never attended, conversations never had, walks never enjoyed. All because I thought life would wait for me to finally care. Life doesn't wait. And she left, and I was forced to learn that the hard way. After she passed, I found a journal tucked in the corner of her drawer. 30 years of thoughts, feelings, dreams she had carried silently. Every page was a reminder that she had wanted to be known, wanted to be loved in ways I never gave her. She wrote about loneliness, about subtle heartbreaks that I caused without realizing, about moments when she wished I would look at her, really look at her, and see her for who she was. Reading it was like meeting her for the first time. Too late. But it made me understand that love is not a feeling that endures on its own. Love is something you actively cultivate. It's in the daily choice to care, to be present, to engage. And I had spent 30 years letting it atrophy through inattention. I want to tell you this, because maybe it can save you from the same fate. If you're in a relationship, really ask yourself, when's the last time you did something for your partner that wasn't convenient, that wasn't expected, that came purely from love? When's the last time you had a conversation that mattered, where you listened with your heart, not just your ears? When's the last time you noticed them, truly noticed them, and told them that they're cherished, not in words only, but in your actions? Too often, we assume there will be a tomorrow. We assume there will be another chance. We assume our partner will always be there to hear our excuses, our delays, our not today, or maybe later. But the truth is, sometimes there is no later. And when you realize it, you are left with a lifetime of what ifs. I think about the trips we never took. I think about the dance classes she wanted to attend, the pottery she wanted to create, the walks we could have taken, holding hands, laughing, sharing our hearts without barriers, all gone, all never to be recovered. And the weight of those lost opportunities presses on me every day. I could have said yes. I could have chosen her over my excuses. I could have been present in the ways she needed, not just the ways that were easy for me. And instead I was absent in 1,000 imperceptible ways until one day she was gone and the absence became permanent. Here's what I want you to take from my story. The danger to a relationship isn't always betrayal or abuse. Often, it's the slow erosion of intimacy, the quiet neglect, the assumption that love is self-sustaining. It is not. Love needs attention. It needs action. It needs you. Every conversation postponed, every gesture ignored, every dream delayed, chips away at the foundation of your connection. Every later could be too late. And one day, you might wake up next to someone you barely know. Or worse, you might wake up to find them gone, leaving a silent testament to what you took for granted. I learned this the hardest way possible, and I live with the regret every day. Not because I was cruel or unfaithful, not because I failed spectacularly, but because I failed in the quiet, persistent ways that no one sees until it's too late. Love isn't about never making mistakes. Love isn't about grand gestures alone. Love is about curiosity, about presence, about noticing the things that matter to your partner and choosing to make them matter to you too. It's the everyday decisions to connect, to listen, to share, to care. If you're watching this and you have someone in your life you care about, don't wait. Don't let comfort replace connection. Don't let routine replace intimacy. Take the walk. Ask the question. Listen deeply. Say yes when it matters, even when it's inconvenient. And do it with joy, with intention, with love. Because one day you might look back and realize that the small moments you ignored were the very moments that built a lifetime of love. And if you miss them, no amount of regret can give them back. I keep a photograph of Margaret on my desk, taken in 1985, when we took a small road trip across the mountains. She's smiling, wind in her hair, eyes full of hope, full of dreams, full of life. And I think about the woman she became, the woman I promised to see but didn't, and it haunts me every single day. She was right. We wasted so much time being right, being practical, being comfortable, instead of being close, and I can't change that. but you can. If you're listening, if you care, you can choose differently. You can cherish, connect, and love while you still have time. So love intentionally, love actively, love daily, notice, ask, listen, show up in ways that matter, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable, because one day you'll understand what I've learned the hard way. Time is finite and love is fragile. I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty. I'm telling you this because you still have time, you still have moments to say yes, to be present, to connect, to love. Don't waste them. Don't let comfort replace connection. Don't let routine replace intimacy. One day you'll be where I am, looking back on a lifetime of choices, realizing the love you could have given and the love you could have shared that slipped quietly away, and you'll wish above everything that you had chosen differently. So today, if there's someone in your life you love, look at them, listen to them, ask them about their dreams, their fears, their joys. Make time for them. Share the small, ordinary, unremarkable moments, because those are the moments that matter. Those are the moments that build a life together. I wish I had understood this 30 years ago. I hope you understand it now. Don't wait. Don't assume. Don't delay. Love actively. Love intentionally. Love every single day. Because if you don't, one day you'll be left with nothing but photographs, memories, and the quiet ache of what could have been. And that is a burden too heavy for anyone to bear. Don't make my mistake. Love while you can. Cherish while you can. Be present. Be curious. Be engaged. Be intentional. Because one day, time will run out, and there are no do-overs in life or love.